Hi and welcome. I'm Jennifer Shuck, the current chair of the Global Alliance of Speech to Text Captioning. And joining me today is Kimberly Shea, our treasurer. Welcome.
Hi.
Kimberly, can you share with us why did you want to be on the board of the Global Alliance?
Well, I am a founding member, and from the very beginning, I was excited. I realized that in 2018, I think it was, I started talking about the lack of an organization that represented captioning as a profession, represented our interests regarding legislation, mentorship, training, the collaboration, and the things that we could do together as an industry, as captioners, and grow anything for professional growth. We really liked that. And so when Global Alliance was launched, I was very excited. And it really gave me a look at the consumer side of it. So while originally I thought the profession needs something, I need something for me. That's how it started. I need something. I want to grow. I've always been about sharing knowledge and, helping each other grow and helping people succeed. But I hadn't thought about the other side of it. And so I thought it was wonderful because then you got a glimpse of the people that you serve and what their needs are and what they want. And that's what our purpose is, really. We love our job and we enjoy what we do, but we serve other people. And so the most important thing is to recognize their needs, listen to what they say, and then act accordingly. So the Global Alliance let me do that, and I got to share my ideas. And
Absolutely. Right. Without our consumers, we wouldn't have a job. And I hear often in my work about other organizations and companies wanting their employees to do better and career development. And
right.
I think that's definitely something that the Global Alliance strives to do as well, is develop the careers of the captioners to benefit our consumers. So that being said, what would you like to see the Global Alliance accomplish in the next year or so?
How much time do we have? That's a long list. I think that there are several avenues that we need to have some major work done. One is broadcast captioning. I think that our country alone, a lot of quality is degrading, and there's reasons for that. I think that the FCC guidelines, those need to be modernized. We consume news very differently than we did in 2014, I think was the last order. And there are internet platforms. There are all things that consumers use to receive captions, and there's not a quality standard. So that needs to change. And we have, the NER now, which is really great. And it's used in Europe, it's used in Australia and Canada, and now we have it here. So with that standard, regardless of what method is being used for captions, the NER provides a standard or quality standard that everyone should meet to be able to provide this service that is an accessibility accommodation. And that's the main thing.
Like you said, there is so much news to be consumed today, and really important news and things that are affecting everyone across the globe. And as I've said before, there are no boundaries when it comes to hearing loss. So standards and quality captioning need to exist around the world, hence the Global Alliance.
Right. I think that education and training is important. I think that public education and awareness campaigns, those are important. We know what is possible and what we can provide. And if consumers don't have that same knowledge, then what they need to know those things so that they know what to ask for. Put in a toolbox.
Absolutely. And we need to know how they consume captions so that we can do our job better.
Absolutely.
So all of that being said, the Global Alliance has some strengths and has some weaknesses.
Right.
What would you define those to be?
Membership, we really need to grow in membership. That's one of the most important things. We have great ideas. We have great collaboration. Time. It takes a lot of time. Advocacy never ends. And so with busy schedules, there's only so much that we can do. So we really need more manpower. Um, we need for members who are able to share our work and pass that along. That would be very helpful. So
Absolutely.
there's a long list, really. I mean, how much time do we have?
There is a very long list. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We are not short on ideas. We are just short on manpower. I feel like in the last couple of years, we were all working from home, and I feel like we should have more time on our hands. And yet,
Right.
I don't know about you, but I significantly have a lot less time on my hands.
There's a lot to do. And, when you sit in the FCC Disability Advisory Committee meetings that they have, one of the things that you hear from organizations like NAD, Gallaudet, I mean, all of these, there's all of these engagements happening and presentations being made. And one of the common things that you hear is, wow, we really need a system. We need metrics. We need a way to measure the quality of captioning because ASR can only go so far. And human generated captions, there's room for all of it, right? There's a lane for all of it. So that needs to be understood, what is appropriate for which scenario. But there is a way to measure it. There is a way to measure quality. And so I think that is one of the most important things is getting people to recognize that it's here, it's available. There's a way to measure it.
And there have been no lack of conversations about all of this. It's about time to put action into place, though.
Agreed.
So I often hear lots of conversation about how to do this and how to do that. Pick your topic of choice, really.
Right.
We can talk about it, and we can talk about it for decades, and we have talked about it for decades. So now it's time to go do something, and that's what the Global Alliance is here to do. So that's a great segue to my next question,
Okay.
which is, what would be your call to action, whether it's to captioners or to consumers or to the industry at large?
Wow. Okay. Call to action. I think that along the lines of broadcast captioning and where we're at with that and where we're going, one of the biggest things that you hear in those meetings with FCC is that, complaints are not that high right now. It's not necessarily that people are not complaining, it's that people have complained. They are very often ignored. Some people can file a complaint with FCC and they get a response back saying, oh, the captions were fine, but they weren't. And any kind of social media, Super Bowl, for example, will show you that. So I think that I know that we're all short on time, but captioners, you know what to look for. I monitor my own news here, and it is our responsibility because we have that knowledge and we know what is quality and what is not. And so we need to be vigilant about paying attention and making note of it and calling the station, sending in complaints, doing whatever it is you have to do to educate the station also. That's something that captioners can do. I think it's important to get training, to get mentorship if you're new. For consumers, share the work. I mean, really, share the work in what we're doing, whether it's social media, presentations, attend presentations, from other organizations that are talking about captioning, share our work. So it's something that we need to grow our membership and we need to take that and pass it out into the world. That's my call to action.
Yeah, we do a good job, I feel like, sometimes of raising light to issues, but not taking that next step of
Right.
now, how are we going to resolve
Right.
that issue and make it better and make it so it doesn't happen
Right.
again?
Because that's the hard part, right? I mean, it's great to throw spaghetti at the wall and, bounce ideas off of each other, but when you're working 16-hour days, where do you find time to monitor your evening captions? I get calls all the time, hey, from people close to me, hey, the captions are terrible. I can't even enjoy my sports show. I mean, I have a friend who he loves baseball and he's lost his hearing now. And he's like, I can't even watch it because I don't know what's happening because the captions were so poor in that region. But this is 2022. We don't do that anymore.
And that's the purpose of the Global Alliance, to bring us all together, professionals and consumers, so that we can band together and make a difference. Well, I very much want to thank you for your time today. I very much appreciate it. I hope everybody had a little takeaway from this segment, and I hope you will consider joining the Global Alliance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.